Welcome back to Panero's Mind, people. Now, just want to start this video off with a clip from the news, which I'm very surprised they even put it in the news. You know, a little while ago, I did do a video about some mad residue that I did find on my car, right? And you've probably seen it too, you know, and more so within these last couple years. So let's just get straight to this footage right here. Check this out.
Well, rain is not very common in the valley, but these droplets falling in the northeast are something else entirely.
Yeah, apparently it's a dark-colored liquid that's kind of oily to the touch, falling from the sky and covering a neighborhood near Charleston and Hollywood. Thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Dave Crevassier.
And I'm Trisha Keene. Well, people living in the area say they have no idea where the drops are coming from. 13 Action News reporter Sean Delancey spent the day trying to get answers. Sean.
People here in the eastern part of the valley are completely perplexed over these brown, black, almost oily-looking droplets that are falling from the sky. They're everywhere. They're over all of these cars. They're over an RV in the back of the lot. They're all over this basketball court. The big question is, what are they, and why are they falling from the sky?
Helicopters through here.
Marcos Cervantes is at war with, well, something.
See on the floor?
Something that's been falling from somewhere.
It could also be grease, oil, I don't know.
Here, there, everywhere. Thousands of little black and brown droplets have rained on Cervantes' property consistently, he says, for the last 3 to 4 weeks.
It's very hard for me to maintain my vehicles. It's very, very difficult to be outside of my yard, knowing that you can't even cook a barbecue or anything like that, and you get droppings on your food.
Neighbors all refused an on-camera interview, but each and every one said they've experienced the same thing with no explanation. Cervantes questioned whether the droplets could have come from planes.
So they would come straight this way and swing that way.
Out over the mountain range?
Correct.
But he says contacting the FAA has yielded no answers. Cervantes worries that the substance could be toxic or harmful and wants answers.
I would like somebody to take action and help me determine what this is, and obviously figure out a solution.
We've reached out to the FAA, the Nevada Department of Conservation, and the State Division of Environmental Protection to get an explanation for this, and as of right now, we haven't heard back. Sean Delancey, 13 Action News.
Okay, people. Now you can see this is very mysterious, yeah? You've got this black, I like to call it black goo, but we'll get into that, dropping out of the sky. Okay, and the mad thing about it is, like, people have questioned the government in the area, and there's no explanation. You know, they're not telling people anything. And the thing about that is that that's very dangerous, because this could be anything, literally. You know, there's a lot of planes flying around in that area, as it's very close to the desert, as we know. You know, and we know that in them deserts, in them areas, there's different types of experimental stuff going on, you know, but this is, for the people that live in Las Vegas, very dangerous. The guy even telling himself, like, he can't even cook his barbecue, and, you know, and he's actually finding it very difficult for his business. So what about the lungs, breathing it in? The children breathing this in? Okay, now this is going on for a long time, you know, this is not something that they just started doing. You know, this is something that's been going on for a long time. And like I said, on my car, there was a substance on it that it just stuck to the car, and you have to literally really wash the car to get it off. So that's not the sort of things we want on our lungs, people, right? Now, I like to call this stuff black goo, right? Black Google. Strange that, isn't it? Google. But anyway, we get to that in another video. There's been different films in the past. One that definitely comes to mind is Prometheus, where there's this substance, right? And it's like black goo. And the guy released it on the engineers, and it basically, he tried to mutate them, but it ended up taking them out. Now, there was a report that I read years ago, and I ain't gonna get too deep into it. I suggest you go and look for it. You know, YouTube can only hold certain talk, right? And there was some substance of this black goo that was deployed into the jungle, right? And whoever went near this goo was actually going crazy, and they felt like they wanted to fight each other. The people that was going near it was turning on each other. You understand? And then they had to send the Marines in there to go and clean it up, cover it up and whatnot, as they do. Now, you have to understand, they know about these substances. Okay? They know about these substances. And like I said, they put them in films to let you know. It's almost like before these people do things to us, it's like they have to let us know what they're doing. So they put it out there. Another famous character of the black goo would be Venom. He's like a type of black goo which came from the stars, so to speak. Venom was actually an alien that landed down here on Earth from the sky. Funny that, right? And he was able to transform, as we know these fallen angels can, right? And then Spider-Man went and picked him up in a shop because he wanted to wear a different type of Spider-Man outfit, and it was like a black one. So he took it. You go and research this black goo, you'd be very surprised what you find, okay? And it's probably just another one of those weapons, isn't it, to mess with the people. But I'm very surprised that they actually showed that on the news. And just think to yourself, people, they're saying there's no explanation for this black stuff that is falling on cars. Would they feel the same way if it was at one of their governmental buildings? You know what I mean? Would they feel the same way if it was where they were, where their family and kids are? I'm sure they'll do some investigations, right? We've been here long enough to know that this ain't normal, people, okay? Now, don't forget, research black goo. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.